Now we'll listen to Dr. Patricia from Nigeria, another speaker from Africa, and she is the chairperson of the Women Ophthalmology Society over there. And Dr. Patricia is also the dean of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences over there in Nigeria, and she'll be speaking on breaking the barriers and knowledge exchange overseas. Over to you, Dr. Patricia.
Thank you so much, Maya. It's nice to see all of you once again after a few months we met in India. Thank you for the opportunity. Actually, when Mohita asked me to talk about this, I was actually wondering what to talk about. But I think some ideas came from my colleagues, and I was also able to put up something. And after listening to all our friends that have spoken before me, I felt that they have really made my work easy, because it's all about helping each other by breaking the barriers. So sorry, it's not moving.
You can first make it full screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it full screen. It's not full screen, I don't know why.
In the down sidebar, you can see that.
Sorry?
We cannot see the tools in the sidebar.
You can stop share and share again.
Yeah, share again.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should stop sharing?
Stop share?
Yeah, I'm sharing, new share, or is it new share? Or I pause the sharing. Let me see new share.
So you go on the slideshow. Can you see that on up slideshow, which is written?
Slideshow, yeah.
Yeah, just click on this.
Yeah, is on it.
So you.
Okay.
No.
So it's moving.
Okay, fine.
So by way of introduction, I say, what are barriers? They are obstacles that actually impede the passage of knowledge across. And what are these obstacles? And the first one I thought of was language barrier. And this constitutes a big obstacle in conveying message on knowledge. For instance, communicating with ophthalmologists from non-English speaking countries has been a very big barrier. I know some would have loved to join us and contribute, but because they are not sure, or they are not fluent in English that we are now speaking, they are listening to us, but they cannot contribute because of this language barrier. And it's actually a very big obstacle. Then economy, this is especially in developing countries. Economy is a very big barrier in passing knowledge across or exchange of knowledge overseas. It is quite expensive to travel, and I'm sure it's the same thing all over the world now. Exchange rates are very unstable, most especially in the developing countries. You find out that you wake up one day, or you wake up every day and hear a new exchange rate, and that actually affects your budget to travel to other places for conferences. Financial capacity of women in some countries is lower than men. I heard somebody saying that in some places, female doctors are paid less. And I remember quite some time ago in my country, if you are on leave or maternity leave, because it's very long, you were not paid call duty until the medical women fought for it. And that was taken care of. So the financial capacity of the women was quite low, or as a doctor was quite low, because you needed to sit at home to take care of the child, and you are not paid because you were not on call. So this actually affects them attending conferences to gain knowledge. Then poor internet services. This makes virtual presentation very difficult. Sometimes not much is gained from discussion due to poor internet services. And the gap in technology, because of the poor technology in developing countries, you find out that when you attend conferences where high-tech ideas are discussed, you get lost. Why? Because you only read about them, but you don't have the practical knowledge. So you get lost and there's this gap in technology, so the knowledge is not passed. The time difference. As I'm talking now, it's afternoon in Nigeria. I know it's evening or night in India. And so people are just waking up maybe in the US. So time difference affects, it's an obstacle in passing the knowledge. And some would have loved to add to this discussion, but because of the time difference, they are not able to wake up to join us. So knowledge may not be gained due to unfavorable timing. Then cultural differences, though I put this almost the last because I feel it's not so much of a problem, but it's still part of the problem of when you travel, you want to find out the culture of those people. Will you be able to eat their food? Will you be able to fit into their culture when you get to, you try to find out their weather, their temperature, everything. I remember when we were going to Ethiopia, we just assumed it was hot, only for us to have the cultural shock. When we got there, it was very cold. The weather was like 6 degrees or so. So all the skimpy dresses we wore were really affected by the cold there. Pregnancy and childbearing has affected especially the younger ones from attending conferences. You have to calculate, who am I going to leave my child with or my children with? For how long am I going to go away? And all that. So it has actually affected the younger ones from attending conferences internationally. Then why must we have exchange of knowledge overseas? Knowledge broadens the mind. Knowledge sharing refers to the process of exchanging information between people, team, or organization. In this case, among women ophthalmologists worldwide. Just what we are sharing now. Knowledge could be explicit, coming from documents or procedures in our clinics or theaters, just like what Susan has just shared with us. And it could be tacit, that is developed from experience. Sharing of knowledge has benefits for the sharer as well as the recipient. Sharing knowledge also helps us to know what is happening in other climes. Just like all of us are exposed to what is happening in Tanzania, what is happening in other countries. And I bet you what Susan has just shared is just a tip of the iceberg of what is going on in other parts of Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, especially West Africa, where there are no ophthalmologists at all in some countries. I worked in the Gambia, and at the time I was the only ophthalmologist in the whole country, and it was quite hectic. In fact, I had to pack my things and run away because I was almost dying of lots and lots of work to do. And it also helps us to share new ideas on patient management and interventions. How do we overcome these barriers? As for the language, you can have interpreters in all our presentations so that no one is left behind. A suitable time, which I feel this time is very suitable, should be chosen for virtual presentations so that more people can participate and more ideas shared. Economy, more presentations should be virtual. This is because there will be more participation and less spending. Then we should also look for access to travel grants that are gender specific. And this should be encouraged so that more women can travel overseas to gain more knowledge at conferences. A few organizations give grants to female for research, and I think we should look into these organizations and see how they can help the younger ones or our mentees or even people from developing countries on how they can assist them with research grants. Then the sharers of the knowledge, the recipients and our patients will all benefit from exchange of knowledge if most of these barriers are overcome. In conclusion, the success of these barriers will surely help women ophthalmologists worldwide through interaction, sharing of ideas that we are just having now, and helping to uplift other sister associations. I think that was also mentioned by Mohita in her opening remarks, and then helping our patients to access treatment in other places where special art services are available. Thank you very much.